Hey everyone, welcome back to the mini vlog. If you've never been here before, welcome. This is where I share what it's like to own minis, travel with minis, go on rallies with minis. Today we're doing a road trip with a mini, but not just any mini. We're going to use the brand new electric Countryman to do a road trip. And I couldn't have picked a better day to start this trip. So we're not only going to test what it's like to road trip in the winter and road trip on Thanksgiving Day here in America, which is a big travel holiday. So I'm imagining the chargers are going to be a little busy, but let's go ahead and hit the road, see what it's like to road trip with the MINI Countryman SE full electric mini. And let's take it along for the ride, see what that's like. So let's go ahead and hit the road. All right, first thing we got to do is unplug. And for this trip, we're going to go ahead and reset the individual trip. And we'll see what our values are at the end of this trip. Right now, 100%, 184 miles. But they claim that the Mini can do 230. Well, yes, it can. And I'll show you if we put it, let me pull it out of here. So if we tap the max range, you'll see we get an extra 60 miles, puts us at 214. And yeah, I've seen it go higher than that, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna be in a little more comfort because it is freezing outside. So we're not gonna do the max range today. Okay, 184 is our mileage. We gotta go 220, 230. So we're definitely gonna have to stop along the way. And this weather isn't gonna help anything. So let's go ahead, hit the road, see what happens. So we are not quite halfway yet, but it's pretty bad weather out there, so we've had to use the heat quite a bit. And I'm driving my normal speed, which is faster than most people should drive. And it set us up with a charging station at about 16 miles. So you can see here, we have a charging station. We have 2 hours and 45 minutes to go. And over here on the right, it'll show us all of the conditions on the road, as well as our charging station that we're going to be going to. And in terms of our efficiency, we are not, like I said, not super efficient right now. We're averaging 2.5 kilowatt hours. I think the average for me is about 2.9, almost 3. But with these speeds and this bad weather, we're a little below. But so far, it's been fine. And we'll stop and charge in about 15 miles, so I'll show you what that process is going to be like. And then we'll get back on the road. So now it's taken us off to our charging station, as you can see here. One of the complaints about this car, which will be in a different video, you'll have to wait to see that one. The voice on the navigation is terrible. But let's see how it gets us there. As you can see, we have augmented reality navigation here, using the cameras to show us which directions to go.
Turn right toward Route 28, Route 5.
A pretty fun little feature. So we're looking for the charging station.
Turn left. Then you will arrive at HPC/DC Electrify America.
Look at that. And it looks like we have plenty of options here. So we'll take this one over here on the end. I was worried that it would be really busy, it being Thanksgiving Day. A lot of people traveling, but looks like there's no issues today. So step one, plug in first. There's our details. And we're gonna do it as a guest. I'm not gonna get a membership, so let's go ahead and swipe a card. Remove the card, let's see if it starts charging. It says initiating. And now the car should tell it how much it needs in order to get to our next destination. So it says 28 minutes of charging here. And that'll get us to our destination with my desired percentage of 25. There we go, starting to charge. So yep, we made it. We have about 29% left on the battery, so we'll charge it up on the way home, just the way we got it here. Stop off, charge it up for about 30 minutes, then hit the rest of the way home. You don't have to do that on a JCW All4 that runs on gas, but we'll have more videos of that in the future. For now, let's go ahead and get this Thanksgiving going on, and then we'll get back on the road. So you'll see the second half of this video. We'll travel home, charging it probably twice on the way home, and see what that's like. So we're on the drive home, and we are stopping. It looks like we have 2
DC
stops.
charge point is on the left.
Yeah, we got 2 stops for this trip home, so we will hit up this one for 25 minutes. No, 43 minutes. So. Okay, so here we are at the charge point. One of 2 chargers, because we left Thanksgiving with, I think, 25%, so we got here with about 20%, so, or at 19, so we got a ways to go, and we'll be able to get most of the way there, stop off right before we get home to quick charge it up again really quick, so that I have a decent amount of charge when I get home. Can drive the rest of the week, no problem on what's remaining. So we'll go inside and show you how you can kill some time while you charge in your Mini Cooper SE. And so once you've connected your phones, which you don't even need the app, you can just scan, which is pretty cool. I have a remote here on my phone, and now we can choose Uno.
And now for $200. Hydrogen peroxide has what effect on hair? Bleaches it, straightens it, curls it, lengthens it.
And so we're about to set off. We got a few more minutes charging to where we need to be before our departure. And we are catching up on the average mile per kilowatt hour. 2.93, you can get this car up to 3, which is pretty good considering it's a very boxy front end of a car. But we're at 2.7 now, so I've got it up from 2.4 up to 2.7. We've had some really bad weather, so that's really helped or hurt things. I'm not sure yet. But another milestone is we're over 1,000 miles in this car now. So I've done 1,087 miles in a little over a month and a half. And yes, these are our stats. So we're going to go ahead and unplug in just a few minutes. We're almost to our 85% target that we're going for. So I'll jump out, unplug this car. Let's hit the road, get to the next charging stop. So we've reached our charging target. So we're going to unplug and head to the next charging station. I must say that the car does a really good job of getting us to where we need to be without any range anxiety. It's been really a easygoing trip so far, so I have no complaints. And if you're curious, it costs us 23 bucks. About the same as a tank of gas in reality. So yeah, fun time playing games too. It helps pass the time really quickly. So let's go ahead, head a few hours down the road to the next charging stop right before we get home, so that I don't get home with 0. So nice that you could pay by cards. That was one of my biggest concerns, is that you'd have to have the app for everything. But no, all these so far have had cards, so that's been super fun, super convenient, just like a gas station. So we're charging. I don't have a membership yet, but maybe I'll think about getting one. We've been driving for about 8 hours today, so last charge of the night, and we will be back home. So it's been a decent trip. I'll wrap up my final thoughts when we get back home, see what our final stats are. Okay, so obviously it's the next day. It was a long day of driving, and when I got home around 1 a.m. I didn't really feel like filming this outro, but final stats were we drove for 8 hours, 32 minutes, 445 miles. We had to stop 3 times. It was a there and back in one day. So if I had to do it differently and if time allowed, I would have stayed there overnight. 1, that would have given me more time with the family over Thanksgiving. 2, that would have allowed me to plug in the car at my brother's house and got it charged up overnight, which probably would have meant I would have only needed 2 charging stops in the entire trip. But overall, can't complain. The car performed excellent. The weather was terrible. We kept all the comfort settings on. We wanted to be warm, and we got decent enough range. And the map navigation system with the charging points worked as advertised. It got us to where we needed to be with the levels that it said it was going to get us there at, and the charging time estimates were pretty much spot on. So no complaints. So yeah, that was my first experience road tripping in this car. Really good experience, considering this was the busiest travel day of the year, Thanksgiving. You figured all those charging stations would be busy and I wouldn't get a charging spot. Was not the case. Plenty of charging spots. Happy with it. It got us there, got us back. Only added, I'd say maybe an hour overall to the trip. Stay tuned because I'm gonna have a lot more videos in the future. I'm gonna go into more depth about owning this car. For the last 45 days, I've only driven the electric car, haven't touched any of the ICE ones. So I'm gonna give you my experience with that. I wanted to make sure that I could live with that, see what that's like. I'm gonna give you the top 10 things I like about this car. I'm gonna have a video on the top 10 things I don't like about this car. A whole bunch of good stuff, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. And also, let me know down in the comments what you think about it, any questions you have, or what you wanna see a video on this car in the future. So I'll try to incorporate those. But for now, I'm gonna go run some errands. I hope to see you all real soon. Don't forget to wave to other minis when you see them, especially these electric Countrymans. They are a lot of fun. All right, see you later.